Welcome everyone, it's Mrs. Plaisted here, and I'm so excited to be back in my classroom with my students. Whether you're a teacher or a student, this year is going to be very different. Something different I'm trying in my classroom is blended learning. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the pros and some of the cons of this learning and teaching style. So, what is blended learning? For starters, to define blended learning, we have to look at what traditional learning is. Think of a classroom in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, all the way up until pretty much modern times. It's always in the format of students sitting in front of a teacher who is delivering content to them face to face, usually from a slideshow or a textbook. While this has served us really well in the past, our society is evolving. So instead of your classroom looking like this, the teacher is able to spend time going around and talking to each and every student. This allows for differentiation of student interests and student learning styles. Whereas in a traditional classroom setting, it's hard to differentiate to reach all of your learners at the same time. One of the key things that blended learning uses is technology. So instead of the information and content being presented in a face-to-face modality, students are accessing information online in the forms of videos, websites, and other resources that the teacher prepares. It can really be accessed anywhere. It's amazing. So if blended learning is so great, why has it taken us so long to catch on? Most times education is slow to change. And this year, with all of the changes happening around us, education has been forced to catch up to speed. Another benefit of blended learning is that it allows students to go at their own pace. I remember when I was a student, if a teacher in class was going too fast with the content, I was too afraid to raise my hand and ask for help. With blended learning, the student can easily rewind or go back through old information online at their own pace with a simple click of a rewind or pause. It's that simple. Students are in charge of setting the pace for their own learning to meet their own needs. I love this style of learning and I'm so excited to try it because it allows me to really spend my time in class talking and working with each of my students individually. Blended learning is also great because this is truly how current day learning happens. In the real world, when you want to learn a new skill or hobby or technique, what do? I know I always read a book or go to YouTube. It's very rare nowadays that to learn a new skill or hobby, you actually go to a course from an instructor. So by practicing blended learning at a young age, we're already instilling that autonomous and self-driven desire to learn and grow in your knowledge. So blended learning sounds really great. Are there any cons? Honestly, there's not many. One of the negative sides could be that students who struggle with self-motivation might find it difficult to actually engage with the content on their own. However, blended learning is so differentiated and engages with students' personalized interests that there's usually a higher rate of motivation because they're applying it to something they care about. The only limitation to blended learning is if you're willing to try it. And I really encourage you, if you're a student or a teacher, to be open-minded and willing to try something new this year. That's all I've got for you guys. Whether you are one of my students or you're another educator, I hope this was informative and helpful to show you all the benefits that come along with trying out blended learning. In the comments below, let me know what you are most excited about to try in your blended learning classroom this year. Thanks so much, and be sure to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.